Hey there everybody, Redx Parasite here, and welcome to my Let's Play of Metroid Dread. This has been a long time coming, and I don't mean the Let's Play because the game's only been out for about a year. I was intending to launch this series around the anniversary of the game's release, but some things happened, I just did not have time to record it, so at least I'm still recording in October. But no, what I meant was the game has been a long time coming. So when I first got into the Metroid series, it was back in the early 2000s. So my introduction to it was namely Prime and Fusion. And Fusion is the last game in the timeline up until this point. So 19 years passes. This game was rumored to exist, a few years after Fusion, I think around 2006, 2007. But was seemingly canceled. And then, 2 years ago now, at E3, of course, they announced this game, and I just absolutely lost it because I had dreamt of them making Metroid 5 for the longest time, and I just didn't think it was going to happen. They just didn't seem to want to do it. And they finally did. So I am very happy to be here playing this game. And Let's Playing it. So, this Let's Play is going to be a little bit different compared to some of my previous Metroid Let's Plays. So typically what I'll do is I'll go for 100%, and for most of the games, really that's all you need is just one playthrough, get all the items, get all the scans if you need to, and you're set. However, this game operates a little bit differently. So, there are rewards that you can get, some for item completion, some for getting specific endings within specific times. And it is actually impossible to get everything all in a single run. So obviously with the item completion, you can get that in a single run. However, there are ones related to the endings, some of which you have to get by playing on hard, and some of which you have to get by playing on normal. So I'm going to be doing something a little bit different for this Let's Play, and I will actually be doing 2 different runs of the game during the Let's Play. So one of them is going to be a hard mode playthrough. This one will be the 100% one. Figured, if I'm going to play on hard, may as well get more items, make it a little bit easier on myself. Because this game, things can do some pretty high damage to you, and hard obviously doubles that. So for this one, it's going to be a pretty vanilla run in the sense that I will not be doing many sequence breaks. This game does have some story and some cutscenes. If you do certain sequence breaks, it will break that sequence and you will miss cutscenes or miss dialogue. And I don't want to do that. I want to show off all of the story content that the game has to offer. So that's the first run. The second run is going to be more of a speed run, so it'll be an any percent run on normal, and I can't do every sequence break there is in the game in a single run, and there are some that I just straight up cannot do because I haven't learned them and they're hard. So I'll be showing off a ton of sequence breaks though. It should be pretty fun and very different compared to the first run as well. So that's how things are going to play out. So without further ado, and go ahead and get started. So there are 2 other difficulty modes that I will not be playing on. There's Rookie Mode, which gives you more drops, reduces damage from bosses, and it also starts you with 15 more missiles. Not that that really matters much if you're going for 100%. And then there's Dread Mode. I have done a playthrough of this already. I did it on stream, so it's, somewhere on my channel. You can look it up if you really want to see that. Obviously, not doing that for this one. So we'll go ahead and select Hard Mode for the difficulty. So as with other Metroid games, it will start with a recap of previous events, and this one goes through basically everything from Metroid 1 to Metroid 4. Metroid, a virulent floating organism that drained energy from its prey through physical contact. Metroids were originally created by the Chozo and named after their word for ultimate warrior. Their value as a bioweapon sparked several crises, and as a result, all traces of them have been eliminated. They are now extinct. X-Parasite, that's me. A gelatinous parasitic organism indigenous to the planet SR3D8. It could absorb the DNA of its hosts, living or dead, and replicate its form. When infecting a live host, it could even access the host's memories. X-parasites were driven not by emotion, but an instinctive need to replicate and spread to increasingly stronger hosts. Their inability to be controlled marked them as even more dangerous than their sole predator, the Metroids. Like the Metroids, they are believed extinct. With no Metroid surviving on SR388, it became infested with the X, horrifying parasites capable of imitating any living being. Unaware of this, I set foot on the planet, got infected, and almost died. I love how they use the sprites here in the top left for the Metroid and the X-Parasite. It's a nice callback to Fusion. The only thing that saved me was a vaccine created from Metroid DNA, which also left me uniquely able to oppose the X. This ability was tested immediately when I went to a Biologic Space Laboratories (BSL) research station to investigate a distress signal. There, I battled many powerful X forms, including the SA-X, which was the X mimicking me in my power suit at full strength. I eventually eliminated the X menace on SR3D8 by setting the BSL research station on a collision course with the planet. After that, the X and Metroids were just memories, or so we thought. Just when it all seemed over, the Galactic Federation received a mysterious video transmission. It showed an X, alive and in the wild. Thorough analysis proved the video was real. Although the sender was unknown, the transmission was traced to a particular planet. It was called ZDR. If the X had somehow escaped extinction out there, they would pose a threat to the entire galaxy. The Galactic Federation dispatched a research team of 7 E.M.M.I to investigate. An E.M.M.I is a large research robot designed to capture field samples and extract their DNA. Their incredible mobility and protective plating, made of the strongest stuff in the universe, practically guaranteed the mission's success. But not long after their arrival on ZDR, all communication was lost. What is happening on ZDR? Is the planet really infested with the X? As the only one immune to the parasites, it's up to me to go there and find out.
We'll soon be entering ZDR's atmosphere.
The bounty for this mission does not seem appropriate. The risk clearly outweighs the reward. Treat our lost assets with care, lady.
Entering the atmosphere in T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That elevator leads to the depths of an underground facility. Signal quality is likely to be low. Remote communication remains a problem. Try to connect to the facility's network when you reach the bottom. That way, you can remain in contact. Many objectives waiting.
So already we're beginning with, mystery and intrigue. We've got a Chozo appearing on screen in the flesh for basically the first time ever. So isn't that fun?
Uploading data.
So, you've accessed a network station. Well done, Samus. I have reviewed your vital signs and video log from the data you uploaded. I've run a full analysis, but I cannot account for why you lost consciousness. My readings indicate dramatic physical changes in you. Whatever caused these changes seems to have stripped you of most abilities. You might call it physical amnesia. That brings me to your assailant. I am checking the Federation database against your video log. It appears to have been a Chozo. The attacker's identity is not yet clear. I have determined that you are somewhere within the depths of ZDR. Your top priority should be to return to your ship on the surface. This situation is precarious. Trust your instincts as you navigate upward. This planet appears to consist of multiple areas. Shuttles, elevators, and other modes of transport connect them. Keep an eye out for ways to reach the surface. The ship's location is marked on your global map. Check it for yourself. You may encounter pockets of low temperature. Your Metroid DNA renders you vulnerable to such environments. Spending time in cold areas will be harmful to you. There are many such cold areas scattered underground. Do not enter them with your basic power suit. One final thing. Underground interference is preventing radio transmissions. Check in with me at any network stations you find.
Of course, it wouldn't be a Metroid game if we didn't lose our abilities at the start. So of course we had the Very Suit and Super Missiles at least, before they were so rudely taken from us. So this game is developed by Mercury Steam, which developed the remake of Metroid 2, called Samus Returns. So the melee counter is back from that game, but there are some improvements to it. We didn't really get to see it there, but you can now do a dash melee, which allows you to do a melee counter while moving. So a very handy addition that helps make it so you don't always have to stop in order to do a melee counter. Enemy's attack can be countered by pressing X at the exact moment of the lash. However, the timing is extremely difficult to gauge, making this a desperate maneuver. This one they give to you for free. But it also shows you that you can slide under them as well. Oop. Oh, why can't E.M.M.I climb? So that is one of the E.M.M.Is that was dispatched to the planet here. It's not supposed to be attacking us, but considering that it's a danger, we should probably deal with it so it doesn't, kill us. So the energy from the central unit transformed the arm cannon into an Omega cannon. Deep cuts back to Metroid Prime Hunters. It's not exactly the same though. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's not actually related. Nope, I need to get back and charge this a bit. So, just wait for it to charge. Fire it at the face, I guess. And there you go. So, unfortunately, we don't get to keep the Omega Cannon. It'd be kind of broken if we could. Just a little bit. There is actually a glitch that you can use to keep the Omega Cannon and use it, outside of where you're supposed to. I will not be doing that. Go ahead and save our progress here. And move on. Nope, no. I can't seem to open that. My shots aren't powerful enough, so I guess we'll go through here. Alright, so I'm pretty sure we just entered Antechamber. That's definitely what's going on here. Alright, well, we've already got another E.M.M.I on our hands. Game's not really letting up. Hi, alright. Yeah, follow me. So if you're wondering why I waited back there, this sequence is scripted, so you have to wait for it to get to this point. See that it can't get to you in here, and then it'll let you out. So the first E.M.M.I that we encountered is called the Broken E.M.M.I. And it's meant as more of a tutorial on how the E.M.M.I work. The white E.M.M.I there is our first real one that we have to deal with.
Uploading data.
Both E.M.M.I you encountered were clearly trying to catch so it's reasonable to assume all E.M.M.I will be hostile. E.M.M.I send out a pulse to detect vibrations in the air within a certain range. Essentially, they can hear you. Upon detecting vibrations, an E.M.M.I enters surveillance mode to track their source. Stay out of its line of sight when this happens. Otherwise, the danger to you increases dramatically. An E.M.M.I that has seen you will begin pursuit. Part of the pursuit protocol is to seal the E.M.M.I zone exits. You will be trapped inside. To survive, you must leave its range of pursuit. Evade the E.M.M.I and it will disengage. This will also unseal the exits. An E.M.M.I never leaves its assigned zone. Their control system must permit them to operate only within that range. I estimate a 99% probability of death if an E.M.M.I captures you. There may be a very small opportunity to escape, but exploiting this window will be virtually impossible. The E.M.M.I are immune to your current weapons. You lack the unique energy used to defeat the first E.M.M.I. Your only option now is to evade capture and find an exit. Your highest priority in an E.M.M.I zone should be simply to survive.
Alright, so the game's not lying about the E.M.M.I being difficult to parry once they capture you. So it's not impossible. I think you have a 4-frame window, but it's not the same every time, so it's not like you can learn the timing. You basically just have to guess, more or less. But in any case, we're already past 20 minutes, so yeah, lots of story, lots of exposition and setup. There will be more gameplay from here on out. But for now, I think that will do it. So thank you very much for watching this first episode of Let's Play Metroid Dread. I've been Redix Parasite, signing out.